What's up, YouTube? I want to address this situation, man. This race war. Some of the extreme thinking brothers here on YouTube have been pushing for this here lately. It's really disturbing. I mean, this is nothing new. I mean, the white supremacists have talked about starting a race war forever. You know what I mean? And it's crazy when they talk about it. But I specifically want to address the brothers on YouTube right now that are really pushing for this so-called race war. Have you brothers really thought this through? I mean, are you serious? You know, have you really thought it through? First of all, let me say I don't advocate any type of race war or anything like that. I'm not racist. I mean, Dr. Malachi Z. York says no one wins the race in racism, and that's true. Not us, not them. So, I mean, have you guys really thought about this, man? First of all, black people make up about 12.5%, 13%, give or take. Don't quote me, but I think it's around that percentage. We make up about that as far as the population in the United States. And most of them are women. Okay? So in your war, you're going to have to take those women, move them to the side. Because you want to use men, right? You want to use men for your war primarily. How many of those men that you want to use for your race war that you keep advocating, that you keep pushing passionately on YouTube, recklessly, really, how many of those men are, say, too old to fight, on medication or, you know, whatever? How many of them? I don't know what the percentage is, but whatever it is, you're going to have to move that to the side also. How many of those men that you talk about, I know it's at least 20%, probably more, 25% of them are already in prison or on their way to prison or on paper. You know, what you know, ex-convicts call paper, you know, which means they're on parole. So you really can't use them either. You know what I mean? So you got to move them out of the way. Then you got a percentage of them that are mentally ill, you know, either in some kind of personal care type home or just, you know, out and about and don't have the mentality to, you know, really function in society alone, let alone talk about carrying out some intricate mission. So you got to move them out of the way. So now you finally got your base group of men, black men, that you say are going to fight this war, okay? And how many of them, there's going to be a percentage, I would say at least 20% of them are going to be what the black community calls Toms, Uncle Toms. They're going to run back and tell the enemy everything you're doing, everything you're thinking about doing, everything you talking about doing. I mean, they're going to be there, but they're going to be there to hinder whatever it is. You got them all the time, you know. And in the biblical world, they call them Judas, you know. So how many of them that you really can't count on to really help you, you know, do anything? Okay, so really you may as well get rid of them too. And so you finally got, you know, another much smaller group of black men. How many of them are even going to roll with you? You know, hey, man, we about to jump off this race war, man. It's about to happen, man. Get this stuff together, man. It's about to go down. Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Man, I didn't know y'all was serious about it. Man, I got a wife and kids, man. Man, I got to go to work. You know I'm right, man. You know I'm right. And so you got an even smaller group. Okay, now, let's say you finally got your soldiers. You finally got the ones that's ready to roll with it. Okay? What are you going to use to fight this beast? You know, you keep calling the enemy the beast. And we all know that beast is a proficient and efficient killer. This, you know, they have armies. They have all kinds of stuff. How are you going to fight that physically? You know, where are your tanks? Where are your missiles? Where are your fighter jets? Where are your fighter pilots? Not a whole lot of brothers flying jets. You know, your armored vehicles. You know, what do you, you know, this beast you talking about has every type of weapon known to man. I mean, we're just talking about the weapons. We're not talking about their tactics and their tactical superiority, man, and the different things they use to extract information. And I mean, if you were able to get this war started that you're talking about, I mean, how are you going to fight that, man? You're not going to fight that physically. This war you're talking about, it's a spiritual war, man. It's a spiritual battle. It's not going to be fought physically and won. You know, stop getting these younger brothers that don't understand, that's full of vigor and full of rage. Hey, man, we all are tired of racism. We all want it to go away. True enough, but don't get these young men hyped up and geeked up, man, to go out here on a suicide mission. Because a lot of you are great teachers out there, and you're teaching so passionately, and all of a sudden in the middle of your teaching, you go, boom, we need to start this race war, and this is how it's going to be. And if your brothers don't roll with them, you roll over them too. You kill them first. Man, that's reckless, man. That's crazy. You know, it's crazy when the white supremacists talk about it. And guess what? They have compounds. They have weapons stockpiled and ammunition, and they go out on survival you know, training and stuff. They do all this stuff, man. We don't do nothing. You don't do none of that. and then what are you going to fight the war with? You can't fight a war with 9mm and a cell phone. You keep talking about bringing the street, you know, the brothers from the streets going to make this happen. Brothers from the street are not organized either, man. Look at the gangs that they're in. They're not even organized. They kill each other all the time. They kill each other off, man. You cannot. It's crazy. It's craziness. And I just hope that this video here will at least incite some amount of thought, you know, some type of a thought process. Because, and then how long do you think a war would last? Since all you got is 9mm and MAC 10s, and you know, how long you think a war would last with this beast? About an hour, 2 hours at the most. How are you going to feed your troops? How are you going to keep them motivated? Who is going to lead them? Who's going to lead them? You know. But anyway, I just want to say, man, I really wish y'all would stop pushing this. This is reckless. It's crazy. You know. And also to you white supremacists out there that are pushing this. You know, let me tell you something, man. We're all on this planet together, and we're not going anywhere. Nobody is. You can hate, you can do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, nobody's going nowhere. And understand that if you have your foot on my neck, if you're trying to keep me down, you can't go anywhere either. You got to lift your foot up off of me in order to make the next step. So no one wins the race in racism. No one. All you extreme thinking brothers out there that think this is a good idea, stop the madness, man. Stop the madness. Much love to y'all for real. Think it through. Hotep, this your brother Pharaoh.